Hello everyone, my name is Jordan Hansen and another one of our candidate videos. I'm here with Sarah Deakins, and why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Sarah Deakins, and I am probably the only candidate right now that's running that has actually lived here, grown up here. Not everyone, I mean, there's probably a couple on council, but that is actually running. So I have a lot of passion.
You were born in Mitchell?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Were you?
Yeah. I was born at the hospital, and I grew up 2 blocks from the Corn Palace, about the first 18 years of my life.
Which hospital?
I don't remember. I was a baby.
See, I was born in Methodist Hospital, and this will take a few people back. But yeah, the Methodist Hospital isn't here anymore. It's the jail.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So,
and then they got rid of that.
Yeah, I don't want to date myself, Jordan.
Okay, well, now we know a little bit of a background. So you're running in Ward 1, and you've never been on city council before.
I've never been on city council before. I ran one other time 2 years ago and didn't get elected, but...
Second place.
I did too. Yes. Solid. But it didn't discourage me, and so I thought, I'm going to try one more time. This is my last go, and see what happens. Throwing everything at it.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked everyone else, just out of fairness. Is there anything you want to start with? So the one thing I've been starting with is, was there anything at the forum that you maybe said that you would like to either elaborate on because you didn't get a chance to get into it, or vice versa?
I don't think so.
Wow. Normally when I'm on stage, I always wish I would have said something different. So.
Well, I'm sure I did. But
okay, well,
nothing really stands out. So.
Okay, cool. So let's start with, what do you want to start with? You want to start with term limits, housing, stuff like that?
Sure.
Let's start with term limits.
Well, I am definitely voting yes for term limits. Mm-hmm. We were briefly visiting about that before we started here, but I'm going to tie it into, I think, why Mitchell hasn't grown, because we've had the same people at the top making all the decisions, and I think that's where it starts. And if we can't get new ideas, new people in there, we're going to sit at this point forever.
Right.
So term limits helps bring that new faces, new ideas to the table. Even the way that it's set up at 9 years is still a very long time.
Right, yeah, 9 years is a very long time. So,
and I think we should probably have term limits at all levels of government, to be quite honest.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from just about everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, just like rotate. The one thing I heard someone say recently is, if you don't do it and someone stays in too long, you almost skip a whole generation. Yeah. And then that generation feels like their voices are never heard.
Well, and I don't believe the founding fathers set it up for career politicians.
Well, so I'm super crazy into like the Revolutionary War and stuff. And if you ever read what do they call? I can't think of the word now. There's a certain set of the Federalist Papers. Yep. Okay, I don't know if you've ever read the Federalist Papers.
No, I have not.
But yeah, they dig into that. They dig into that a little bit too, and they were not in favor of term limits. But things are different today, where like you're supposed to like elect your neighbor, and you're like everyone knows each other because you're in there. Like back in the day, if you did something wrong, they just beat you up. You know what I mean? This is different today. You know what I mean? So it was a wildly different time.
I don't know that they looked at politics as a job.
Yeah, no. You were supposed to go in there and serve. Usually at the top of your like life, where like you're like at the peak of your life, go in there, sacrifice some of your best years, give it to your community, and then get out.
Public service, and then out.
Yep. So housing. Let's start. Yeah. Let's go to that one.
Well, like I said at the forum, I guess that's kind of the $1 million question. If I had an answer to the housing problem, it's across the country.
Yes.
It's everywhere. You can't build anything for less than $200,000. We have brought in governor's homes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but have we sold 2 of the 3?
It's more than that, but I don't know how many. The things are changing every day. Somewhere between 2 and 7, I would say.
Right. But that concerns me, because we're selling them still at over $200,000. That is not an affordable price for most people. But we're stuck in this. Although, good news on the apartment building front. I mean, how many do we have coming up? 100, 150 apartments either in process or going to be? There's
70 by Menards. The Ramada got converted into about 100, so that's like 170. I know that the Groeneweg Development Legacy over on First Street was like another 70 something. So we're in like the 250 area, and there's more that I'm forgetting. So 250 to 300.
Now we need to bring the people.
Right.
Now we need to bring the people.
Yeah. We're almost out of excuses of why we don't have people moving here.
Well, like I said before, like if we saturate the market, that'll be the best way to bring down prices.
Like with what?
So all housing, just so much housing available.
Yeah, that's a double-edged sword too, because like now people that want to buy a house,
right?
But if you own a house and you don't want it, so that's the give and pull. And
I guess I have no intention of leaving. So to me
neither.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm in my forever home.
Are you really? Mm-hmm. It's pretty early to be in your forever home.
It was my grandparents. They built it in the late '80s when my grandpa retired from farming, which he never really did retire.
Nobody retires from farming yet.
And so Mike and I lived in our house over on East 2nd Street for 13 years before my grandpa, we had to finally move him out and put him in assisted living. He passed away at 96.
Wow.
So we were going to stay. I wanted that home. I watched that home be built, so that's where we're at.
That is very interesting. Okay, so then my next question is, we talked about what's holding Mitchell back, and I'm not saying we are or we aren't, but I mean, according to the data, we're one of the slowest growing out of the top 10 municipalities. What do you think is the issue, and how do we overcome it?
Well, like I said earlier, it's the top down. I mean, look at the things that are happening since you've taken over as mayor. Imagine if all the mayors and all those on council were as equal and wanting to bring people in and companies in and businesses in where we'd be sitting today. But if we're not, we sit back and we sit just the way we sit now. Mm-hmm. We're scared of competition. Mm-hmm. We, even though like we used to have Kmart and Penny's and Shopko. I mean, we had several big box stores here and all the local businesses, and we seemed to do just fine. And then the world changed, and we've never really recouped. But we need some more retail. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, people love buying stuff. It's like our number one sales tax driver in Mitchell. Do you know that?
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, so it's more than property tax, more than everything. It's just the number one thing that drives sales tax revenue is retail.
Yeah.
So let's see what else have I talked about. Is there anything else you want to talk about yet?
No.
So prison, let's talk about that. That's always a super dicey topic. Some people say yes, some people say no. So where would you sit on it?
I was kind of on the fence, to be quite honest, because I saw the pros, I saw the cons. I had a conversation with my husband. I said, when I was in CPS, I went to every prison in the state with kids to visit.
Wow.
And so, I knew the kind of security that they have there. I guess I wasn't as concerned, maybe. I've walked into the Jameson unit, and that's pretty darn scary, with a kid in tow.
Wow.
So, and inmates are out doing yard work or whatever it is that they're doing. So I wasn't completely scared, but all the logistics just did not make sense for here. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I feel like the Development Corporation got all excited about let's do this. And how about let's get this excited to bring something else in?
Yeah, that's a good way to.
It was so easy to jump on the bandwagon. I mean, Lincoln County residents were screaming from the rooftops. So I should have kind of told you the same reaction was going to happen here.
So what do you think, this is a good segue into other businesses. A couple of questions is, would you have supported the retail strategies? Like I just called me today, which is really interesting. The retail strategies, or how do you think we should get businesses here? Is it even our responsibility?
No, it's not. It really is the Chamber and the Development Corporation's job to bring businesses in. I look at the council's job as being the ones that provide the infrastructure or do the TIFs, that we shouldn't be having to when we have an entity that is their job to bring in businesses. However, once given the opportunity to do something, even if it wasn't the end all be all, the most perfect thing, we shot it down. It's like we're scared, and I don't understand why we're scared to move forward.
Which thing are you
talking
talking
to try
about?
something new with the retail strategies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, why were we scared?
Yeah, that was a weird one for me. I still can't wrap my head around that.
Yeah. $150,000 is chump change.
Over 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the grand scheme of like what we do, that was kind of the thing is if you get one business, it would pay for those 3 years in sales tax in like less than 5.
Yeah.
But if you get nothing, then I understand that's your.
Well, but I felt like given that time frame, you would have gotten something.
I felt like it too. I mean, the other thing is those guys collected, like, they would have, I should say, a ton of data that we would have known, like, where are people leaving? Where are they shopping at other places?
Right.
Why are they leaving town?
Right. Everybody goes to Sioux Falls. You have no other options besides going to Sioux Falls. And I hate going to Sioux Falls. I want to buy local. I work really hard at it. Yeah. But you can't get everything here. I always tell people I wanted trouser socks to wear with my work pants. I can't get trouser socks.
Really?
You know? No. So
I've never looked for trouser socks.
Well, don't, because you gotta go to Sioux Falls. I'm just saying.
Okay, so gosh, I was just thinking about something. I keep thinking of a really good thing and then I forget about it. Lake, that's what it was. What's your thoughts on the lake? We know that it's passed, and
I don't know. I don't know. I am very concerned that the bids are going to come in high. This 2 years that we've had to sit and wait has been a disservice. The people voted for it, although it won, it was close. What I didn't like about it is that it really divided our town. And I don't want to have that happen again. And I see that we have the potential for that again, especially if it is crazy high expensive, more than what we planned. And if we bring it back to a vote again, I don't know. It just concerns me. It just concerns me.
So yeah, I never thought about what would happen if it come in really high. I don't know because I don't know how that would work. I need to probably look into that. I mean, I think it's a council decision at the end of the day, to vote. Let's just say it's $1 million high. We would have to find $1 million of some other money, you know what I mean? Or take it out of the contingency from the SRF fund loan. I should probably look into that.
But we honed in on the dollar amount when we voted.
Yeah.
Like this was the dollar amount.
Yep.
So.
Just for the loan, not the project. The loan has to be done for the project. So we could go out and get some more money. I'm guessing. I don't know what the people.
Apparently, I have a lot of money. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I just don't want to see us divide our town, and I don't want to see it have us go broke.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice if it was just really cheap and it worked great, and then everyone was happy?
Like that.
Yeah. I hope that's what happens.
I like I said, I grew up here. We had a boat when we were kids, and we skied and tubed and all that stuff, and it was never really a great lake. Like it was always green in your suit when you took your suit off, but it is a big part of Mitchell.
Right.
For sure.
What else am I missing?
You talking about Corn Palace?
Yeah, Corn Palace. Let's talk about that. And indoor sports facility. Don't let me forget those things.
Okay.
I should have wrote them down, but
that's all right.
Normally I do these videos like in the morning, and
I know it's the end of the day.
Yeah, it's the end of the day. So I took 72 phone calls today. So I'm a little bit shot in the brain.
Corn Palace. First of all, I love the flooring and I love the new seats.
Yep.
It looks fantastic. I told Dave, you need to have an open house. Like bring the people in Mitchell in, whatever it is, to look and see. Because unless you're there for an event, you're not going to get to see it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I had people even message me during the circus, and they're like, "Man, these new seats are awesome." I'm like, "Oh man, that was like a year ago." Because things go so fast for me, in the city. So
right.
Yeah, you're right. That would be kind of cool. Come look at our seats. Probably should have done that earlier. Okay.
It's never too late.
So are you ready to do a huge expansion?
No, not at all. And the reason being is we've had how many studies? We should really do a study on how many studies we've done.
There's a stack in the mayor's office. I'll show it to you. It's like this tall. Yeah.
I feel like if the residents of Mitchell really wanted to expand the Corn Palace, we would have done it a long time ago.
Right.
And now we're at a point where we've got a lot of other irons in the fire. So I don't see us, I see us, we need to tackle one big issue at a time, and the next one is going to be the lake.
So what about an indoor sports facility? I'm sure you've heard a lot about that. What's your opinions on that?
So there was a group already in town formed to talk about an indoor facility for kids. Like someone from every one of the clubs and organizations met for, maybe even a couple years to see if there was something we could all do as clubs and organizations. I sat on the Mitchell Soccer Board for the last, 4 or 5 years. And I don't know if they're even still meeting or what ended up with that, but I think it became too expensive to look at. So maybe I'm going to give you both sides of the coin, and I'm not really giving you an answer here. But the flip side, youth sports is where it's at. You know, Jackson was in soccer for 10 years and we went everywhere all the time. You traveled, you ate, you spend the night. I'm so excited that Mitchell Soccer has gotten tournaments in here. I mean, when they're bringing in 30, 50 teams from all over coming in and spending the night, youth sports is where it's at. Even when they have the kids baseball out there, man, it is packed. Grandmas and grandpas and the whole shooting match. Youth sports, that is where it is at. But is it something we should take on right now? I don't have an answer. Right. I'm just giving you both sides of the coin. But that's where the money is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So this is probably a different question, but what would you do? What would you change? What would you bring? What goals do you have that would... What goals do you have?
I want to represent the actual residents in Mitchell. I feel they're left out, they're forgotten about. It's been my pitch since day one. I want people to come to council. I want people to feel comfortable to talk at council. I feel like it is an us versus them. I was the grievances that I would hear when I'm talking to residents, the us versus them, and that should never be. I'm frustrated at the water rates, although I do understand why they are the way that they are. I don't know if council gets that for the everyday person. When we see $1 million go to the trailer park, we see $400,000 go there. We talk about $66,000 in a flagpoles up. These dollar amounts are huge. And here we are paying the highest water rates in the state. And our city won't even give us free citywide cleanup one time out of the whole entire year to say, hey guys, we know you've taken this on. This is the least we can do. And so they feel left out. And I want to fix that. And I want maybe just bring more realistic ideas to council. Mm-hmm. You know, let the everyday person come in because we have different ideas. And we need to have better and equal representation at that table. Younger ones, middle age, older ones. I mean, that will give us the best idea on how to move our town forward. When we keep the same kind of like-minded people, the same ages of people, we're getting the same answers.
Yeah, that's a fair point, yeah.
Just that diverse group would be ideal.
What have I missed? Is there anything else I missed? I should have wrote it down so I would remember.
That's all right. I told you short and sweet here tonight.
Yeah.
We did Corn Palace, we did the lake.
Corn Palace, we did lake, we did term limits, we did housing, we did business, we did sports facility.
Yeah.
Anything else? We talked about your goals. What do you think what's holding us back? What can we do to go in the future? I think that's everything. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
No, I want to win. I want to represent the people in my ward. I've advocated for people my entire career, and I think that I'm actually pretty good at it. And I want to bring that, and I want my win to encourage others to step up. That you don't have to be a business owner or a developer or a large property owner. The average person can run and can win. So, because it's hard. It's very hard.
It's hard.
So
I put everything I had into it for years and just barely won. Right. It's not easy to win.
Right. Well, I just think we need real ideas. We need real people sitting there hashing out these issues because I feel they've been out of touch for quite a while. And they get mad when people don't understand. And it's like, well, some of it is your failure to communicate and having you all know more than we know. I would say, I don't know what I don't know. And so people don't always know those ins and outs. And I think everybody in town wants this town to succeed. And they want to feel appreciated and they want to feel valued and important, no matter who you are. So that's why I'm running. I want to bring some new, realistic ideas to council. That's how we're going to move forward. I'm convinced of it. We stay like this, we're going to stay like this.
I can't argue with that. Okay, anything else before we wrap up?
No, vote for Sarah Deakins, Mitchell City Council on June 2nd.
Okay, again, I want to open it up for anyone that made it to the end. Any other candidates that have not been here? You have a seat at the table anytime with me. Thank you.